So be careful what you ask for. You might just get it. That's a fantastic saying, you know, because you automatically think, oh yeah, this is what I want. Look at this beautiful rainbow just outside my house. Ooh, it goes over there.
Grass ain't greener on the other side, no. You did me dirty for the last time, so now I gotta say goodbye.
Oh, it's so cold. I was saying, it's so cold. Today the road here locally has been flooded. It always floods in this area apparently. Just look at the flooding. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm gonna have to go slowly here. Oh, it's slippery. Oh. Oof. That's terrible. Okay, flooding area over. Now I'm going to the Morrisons to get some beans. I just feel like having an English breakfast. Beans, toast, sausage, egg, mushrooms. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do now. Not every day, you know, maybe once in a while. So be careful what you ask for. You might just get it. That's a fantastic saying, you know, because you automatically think, oh yeah, this is what I want. But the problem is that human beings, we have a very poor, how do you say, we make mistakes and we think that in the future we will still be happy with this sexy woman or with this handsome man or whatever, or well, not me, if you're a woman, or with this cool house or this Ferrari. But actually, you know what happens is something called hedonic adaptation, where you adapt to that thing, and you have to adapt. Imagine like eating beans on toast for 6 months, or you know, for I don't know, a year or two, and still going nuts in the morning. Oh my God, beans on toast! You know, you can't get excited about something that you have every day. You adapt, and I think it's called hedonic adaptation. You adapt. Your brain gets used to it, and it becomes boring. You know, it becomes normal. And you know, that sexy woman will become boring. She will become just normal after a while. The sexy car, the red, the beautiful Ferrari will be boring after a few months or a year or whatever. The wonderful house in the countryside, again, boring, because your brain adapts to it. The honeymoon period is over. And so, you know, I've made mistakes in the past, and this is a big one. You know, with the house, I didn't expect to pay so much for insurance. I mean, it's so expensive because it's a Grade 2 listed building, which means it's protected by the government for historical reasons. You know, yeah, and so I can't change much in the house. I can only repair things, but I can't change, like, for example, the door frames, because on top of the door there's a massive beam. You can't cut into that. You can't do anything. So now I'm stuck with it. And you know, oh, okay, you've got 6 acres of wonderful land, but what can I do with it? I can't do anything. It's all wet. Every time if I step onto the land, I mean, I sink down. So I purchased some how do you call them? Wellington boots. So I have to put the Wellington boots on and go out in my Wellington boots, and I have to wear, you know, the waterproof coat. It's just miserable though. I mean, who wants to go out in the wet, in the cold, in the wind? You know, the only good thing is, yeah, I can get some fresh air. I can cover up and then breathe through my nose and mouth and get some nice fresh air. You know, which I do appreciate, because in London the air wasn't that great, and definitely in China it wasn't that great. So yeah, I have a chance to breathe some good air. So okay, that's a good thing. That's a good point. So I should focus just on the good points. Yeah, there's less stress than in London, you know, but you have to weigh the two things up. You know, there's less stress because there's less people, but your brain doesn't get stimulated because there are less people. There are no lights, you know. Like when you in London where we used to live, you know, I used to just step onto the pavement and walk towards the shops, the local shops, and it's full of lights, and you see different kinds of people. You see black people, Indian or Asian. You see some Muslim type of people, some maybe Eastern European people, Italian people, English. You know, you see lots of different kinds of people, and I thought I wouldn't miss that. I actually was thinking, yeah, I just want to get away from, you know, those the black gang violence and muggings, because there was a lot of that in London when we left, and for a long time, you know. But actually, I don't miss the black gangs or the black criminals. No way, I don't miss them. But I miss the black people, you know, the good people, the ordinary people. I miss, you know, as long as people are not criminals, you know, whatever race they come from or culture, I miss seeing all those different types of people. It was nice, you know. And I find that in Norwich, it's although it's a big city, it's tiny compared to London. The black guys that I've seen, black people, are quite nice. They seem quite nice. In fact, the only trouble I've had here is with two people, and they were white. One tall guy who was a crazy person at a bus stop, who said he was going to smash my head through a window, through the glass. And one lady, I was parking, and she kept going round and round, and you know, I got into a parking space before her, and she was so angry with me. She went like this. She stuck her fingers up at me. I thought, what kind of you know, like family education did this woman get? You know, it's terrible. Yeah, I know people are stressed out, but as a woman, you're vulnerable. How can you say to a man like this? What if the man's pissed off, if he's nuts and he comes out and beats you up? I mean, you know, some women have got balls, you know. They haven't got brains, but they've got balls. They've got balls to do that. If they do it to the wrong person, then those balls will suddenly shrink. Going to see my dad now, see how he is. This is our little courtyard here. You can't see very much because it's winter time. It's all miserable. Here's our the corridor, the hall bit that leads to my dad's room. This is really cold, so let me go and see. Let me go and knock on the door. Bum, bum, bum. Let me see how he is, if he's sleeping. Mr. Fury! You're sleeping? How are you? What's this? Oh, okay.
I was in love. Or I thought I was in love. Oh, the big lover.
got to come out of my circle now. Look at them, they don't want to kill me. Second place is 800,000. I've got 5 times more the score. I'm the big worm. Now look at the play now.
No, should I just stop?